Let us make 3 tents, one for Elijah, one for Moses, and one for you. I'm inspired by these words of Peter. Let us also make 3 opportunities. Let us also make 3 spaces. One for my husband, one for my wife, one for my children. Let us make 3 spaces. One for God, one for myself, and one for every other person. God knows us. He understands us. He knows our dynamics. He knows that you and I, we can be very impatient. He knows that we can give up easily. He knows that. And this is why he decided to reveal his glory. So that looking at that glory, no matter the difficulties, no matter the crises, no matter the challenges, we may always keep our eyes on that glory. There's no life that is perfect. Our life is full of imperfection. When I see people who tell me, Father, I am facing a lot of struggles, sometimes I smile. We all have struggles. But just think about this. If there were no struggles, life would be so boring. But our prayer is that when we have crises and challenges and struggles, it may not overwhelm us. But when we think about the faith of Abraham, let us remember that Abraham has a history with God. I believe that faith is a relationship built on trust. If we say we have faith, personally I have faith because I know God. God is known to me, and I am very confident to walk with God even to the unknown destination because I know my God. Abraham has a personal knowledge of God, and that was why when God asked him to sacrifice his son, he did not hesitate, he did not become reluctant. I tell you one thing. In Genesis chapter 12, God said to Abraham, I want you to go away from your kindred, go away from your family, go away. Go to the land I am preparing for you. Did Abraham say Hindipo? He said Oppo. He said yes. He went. Did God disappoint him? No. In Genesis chapter 17, God spoke to Abraham and said, I give you 3 promises. I will give you all the nations. I will make your descendants as numerous as the sand on the seashore. I will bless you. But when God was making these promises, remember that Abraham was how many years? 99 years old. The wife Sarah was how old? 90 years old. For women, we know that around 40 to 50 years, a woman is already crossed menopause. So it was a situation of impossibility, and God made it possible. So Abraham knew all these things. He knew God personally. He knew that God has absolute dominion. He knew that God has absolute sovereignty to change his life, to transform his situation, to make impossibilities to become possibilities. Abraham knew that. So when God said, kill the son that I have given you, Abraham was ready to do that because he knew that God can replace that. He knew that. Abraham trusted in God, and Abraham knew the difference between tempting and testing. They are not the same. Perazo is the Greek word. They are not the same. To tempt someone is to entice the person to commit sin, to do the wrong thing. But to test someone is to make the person, to give the person opportunity of choosing between right and wrong. That's why in the schools we have multiple choice examination, test. The teacher who is testing the student does not want the student to fail. He wants the student to improve. So testing is not something wrong. If you are tested in your marriage, tested in your relationship, tested in your employment, tested in your life, do not give up, because if you are with God, nothing can be against you. God did not create the world perfect, but he created the world very good. Sometimes we are going to experience windy turbulence. Life may shake you that way. It may shake you that way, but God is with you. You become resilient. Nothing is going to shock you because you know that Jesus is with you. No matter the darkness of this time, no matter the difficulties, no matter the things we are facing, tomorrow will be better. No matter what we are experiencing now, tomorrow will be better. Because no condition is permanent. Every problem has an expiry date. Our problem will expire someday, but we will remain. Because the love of God endures forever. Our problem will come to an end. The problem you are facing now, it will come to an end.